everybody ever so intimately gathered here by their home by this creek. As the Zen kids say, you never step into the same river twice. Ditto creeks. This is not the same creek it was when you met, and it's not the same creek it will be after we finish here today. But it's still Deer Creek, as you will be the Wenzels. What's difficult and what's delightful will pass through your marriage like this water passing by us now. But its essential creekness remains, and I think the same will be true of your love. So, that sentiment might sort of be approaching the crystal woo-woo boundary for these two. Chris and Miranda are very pragmatic lovers, as evidenced by the fork and thistle in their invitation. And as I was putting this ceremony together with them, I was forbidden from using the word forever. Come on, be honest. Rather than vowing to be together for as long as they both shall live, they thought they should vow to be together for as long as they both shall love. Which is, understandable. I'm sure there's no one here today that hasn't experienced the loss of love, just as there's no one here who hasn't experienced the exhilaration of saying I love you to someone for the first time and hearing it back. The root word courage, the root of the word courage is shared with the French word for heart, cœur. It takes hearty courage for you two to be standing here right now, and to do it forever will just take a steady supply of the stuff. You will need the courage to talk about that which feels secret, while also having the courage to preserve pockets of mystery. The courage to stand on your own 2 feet as well as the courage to lean. The courage to keep yourself even if it conflicts with your partner's desires. The courage to smile so much that people will doubt your intelligence. The courage to soften when your reflex is to clench. The courage of your convictions and your dreams. The courage to accept uncertainty. The courage to become strangers to each other and meet all over again. The courage to hold hands even if it makes you uncomfortable, maybe especially if it makes you uncomfortable. The courage to be vulnerable when you want to defend. The courage to step away until you steady yourself, and the courage to let your partner step away. The courage to desire, and the courage to be still. The courage to remember that the hair so disgusting in the soup has come from the beautiful head. The way you see that is a choice. And I wish you the courage to see through love's lens, to just go ahead and put those taped up old rose-colored glasses on when you look at each other. Forever. That's not intellectually bankrupt or even naive, and it's not a product of circumstance. That's choosing courage with each thump of your hearts. But let's not worry too much about forever today, because that's kind of a long way away. Let's focus on what they have today. I asked Chris and Miranda separately to send me emails because of the whole forever workaround. I was like, okay, so what do you guys want me to say and what do you love about each other? So they don't know what they each sent to me, but if it's okay with them, I'm going to share it with you now. One of them looks very uncomfortable. This came from Chris. Why her? For the obvious reasons. The way summer dresses flow around her, the way she smiles at a perfect stranger, her self-consciousness, her complete lack of self-consciousness. How her bristles and thistles have minimal effect on my closed emotion, and beyond the defenses, how warm and passionate she becomes. How important I feel when she has her head on my shoulder. Oh, that feels good. How at home I feel when she, Kitty, and I are piled and twined on the bed. Her momentum, how it can sweep you up, and how regardless of its strength or my own strength, we are individuals, people who deeply want to help each other achieve and grow, but want to keep each other within shouting distance. And my fear of letting her down, of preventing or stunting her. My abject fear of not finishing our story. Oh God, sorry. Or finding our story ends without one or the other, having it end without her becoming a mother or a bride, my partner.
Yes, could I have that?
I knew this was going to be challenging. Because for whatever reason, I've never doubted we would work once we both decided in our roundabout way it was what we wanted. And this for Miranda. Since meeting Chris, I really feel that my capacity to love has grown larger. I feel safe, secure, loved for being myself. The ice palace is melting. I'm excited to see who I become with the kind of love Chris gives me. I've never had this before. It feels different. Why him? The small things. eating soft-boiled eggs in cups with chickens on them. He cooks, and the food's fantastic. We rival each other in who uses more hot sauce. This is my favorite. He gets tiny beads of sweat on his nose, and just on his nose when we do this. Our favorite things to do are small. A Sunday afternoon on the lawn with white wine and our books. He thinks I look sexy with my glasses on. He looks at me like I am the Venus de Milo with arms. In fact, sometimes he looks at me with such adoration that I'm caught off guard and look behind me to see what he's looking at. Creek time with our feet in the water. Heather Donahue sleeps in my tiny, tiny love seat with her very hairy Vito, and Chris doesn't bat an eye. I do whatever I want. That's to say, my freedom never feels restricted. Time away only makes time together better. He looks in my eyes, and sometimes they fill with tears when he tells me that he's never been happier. Chris is one of the snobbiest people I know when it comes to food. But we had Jim Boy's tacos yesterday and did yard work. Chris doesn't need to talk to fill space. We can share silence, and it's comfortable. He brings me coffee in bed and tells me I'm gorgeous. He clangs around in the kitchen while I sleep because he knows I like kitchen sounds when sleeping. Our bodies fit together nicely, and he often lets me be the outside spoon. He's been mistaken twice for Russell Crowe. And sometimes he surprises me with a watermelon. He can steal episodes of my favorite sitcom the night they come out, even though we don't have television. It drives me crazy when he takes his shoes off and puts his socks on top of them, but since we share laundry duties, I feel like he cancels this out. He lets me be his hiking girlfriend, not his hiking buddy. I get car sick and he drives slower. And he knows me well enough to propose at the Willow during shuffleboard. I've already begun to love him more. Something has opened in me, and I feel ready to grow, to begin anew, to be better than I am. Chris makes me a better person. He makes me hope for more. How's that for a small start? Chris isn't so keen on the readings idea. Is there a way we can make them not quite so cheeseball? So here we are today, free of readings and songs or anything that could remotely be construed as cheeseball, to celebrate a new beginning. Chris and Miranda, look around you at the people here today who are gathered to love and support you. Know when to turn to your community to keep your love strong. Remember what it feels like to look at each other right now. May you stop being sensible and pragmatic about your love. May you melt in it at least 10 times faster and more thoroughly than the Arctic ice caps. May you trust each other senselessly, wildly, and dangerously, knowing that you each have the strength to catch each other and yourselves in a community of family and friendly to lend a hand if yours is slippery. The presence of us all here today deepens our interconnected friendships with you and each other. These are the moments that community is made of. The strength of this group will reinforce and protect your union, and in return, your union will nurture all of us. So I'd like you all to just take a quick moment to take a deep breath, close your eyes, and God, in NorCal hippie style, open your hearts to feel the love that Chris and Miranda are sharing today. Bloom it and beam it back to them. Come on now, close those eyes, deep breath. One, give me one, give me one. That feels good, doesn't it? Because you will be safe in marriage, you can risk. Because you have been promised a future, you can take extraordinary chances. Because you know you are loved, you can step beyond your fears. Because you have been chosen, you can transcend your insecurities. You can make mistakes, knowing the other will be there to catch you. And because mistakes and risks are the very essence of change, of expansion, in marriage you will expand to your fullest capacity. Within the nurturing shelter of marriage, you will continue to grow and develop, so you can discover your individual paths and offer your gifts back to each other and the world. Marriage, then, makes you free to see, to be seen, and to love. In a sense, the person you marry is a stranger about whom you have a magnificent hunch. It's someone you love, but her depths and his intimate intricacies you will come only to know in time. To get married is to embark on the journey of getting to know each other and seeing each other as you really are. This companionship on life's journey is the hallmark of marriage. It's the sweetest and most fundamental gift, which is not to be entered into lightly, but thoughtfully and seriously, with deep realization of its obligations and responsibilities. There are no other human ties more tender and no other vows more important than you are about to pledge. So I want to throw it out to the people here. If anyone here has any reason why these crazy kids should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace, and I do mean forever. Everybody be good? I give it a 3 count. 1, 2. Big hands. Back. All right, we're good. Chris and Miranda, please turn to face me. Do you, Chris, offer yourself wholly and joyfully? And do you choose Miranda as the person with whom you will share your life and build a home with? Do you promise to nurture and grow with her, loving what you know of her and trusting what you don't know yet? And do you promise to kiss at least once a day when you're in the same city and with tongue at least 3 times a week? Do you, Miranda, offer yourself wholly and joyfully? And do you choose Chris as the person with whom you will share your life and build a home with? Do you promise to nurture and grow with him, loving what you know of him and trusting what you don't know yet? I do. And do you also promise to kiss at least once a day when you're in the same city and with tongue at least 3 times a week? Okay, who has the rings?
I do.
Who has the loving cup?
Nice have the loving cup.
Who's going to run up and get the loving cup?
Where is it is in the apartment.
What does it look like?
Sorry.
Doesn't he get the meat too?
Let's go to full meat.
The meat's in the fridge.
The meat is in the fridge, Brian.
Sorry, the metal thing, kind of, the metal thing when you think of it. These rings are made of metal, precious and bright. They have no beginning and no end. The love that is given comes back again. And wearing these rings is a visible reminder that your love abides when you are by each other's side and when you are away. Chris, please put the ring on Miranda's finger. Chris, repeat after me. I, Chris,
I, Chris,
take you, Miranda,
take you, Miranda,
to be my friend, my lover, my wife,
my friend, my lover, my wife,
to have and to hold,
have and to hold,
to honor and cherish,
honor and cherish,
to comfort and encourage you,
comfort and encourage,
in laughter and in tears,
in laughter and
in sickness and in health,
sickness and health,
in struggle and success.
in struggle and success.
I choose you and am honored to be chosen by you.
Choose you and honor to be chosen.
And I will always give you the complete freedom to be Miranda.
And I'll always give you complete freedom.
Miranda, will you please put the ring on Chris's finger? Repeat after me. I, Miranda,
I'm Miranda.
take you, Chris,
Take you, Chris.
to be my friend, my lover, my husband,
Be my friend, my lover, my husband.
to have and to hold,
To have and to hold.
to honor and cherish,
To honor and cherish.
to comfort and encourage,
To comfort and encourage.
in laughter and tears,
In laughter and
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health.
in struggle and success.
In struggle and success.
I choose you and am honored to be chosen by you.
I choose you and I'm honored to be chosen.
And I will always give you the complete freedom to be Chris.
And I will always give you the complete freedom to be
And here we have a loving cup.
Oh, it is filled with money.
Please take the loving cup. It has 2 handles in one bowl to symbolize the 2 individuals you will always be and the great round space in the middle to be filled with babies. And, to be filled by you both with what is sweet and merry. So each of you please take a handle of the cup and share the mead you made together with a wish from all of us for the celebration to come. No, seriously, well, if you can't figure this out, that's not a good sign. Good? And please turn outwards now. By virtue of the authority vested in me by my love for you both and the internet, I now pronounce you wife and husband. You may kiss the first of a million marital kisses. Oh my God, they're kissing in public. We better get a lot of shots of this. It'll never happen again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce you all to Mr. and Mrs. Wenzel. And now we're all going to proceed to Emily's. Does everybody know where that is? Well, at least 50% of you do, so the 50 that don't, please follow the 50 that do. And we'll see you there.